What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on with you guys? I know we're going through a lot right now as Eagles fans, so let me know how you're feeling in the comment section down below. Okay, before we get into this video, we got to do a check-in, guys, because we are going through a lot right now. We're going through a lot. But before we get into the meat of this video, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Also, check out my description box because there is a link to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel through this stressful Eagles offseason. I say offense. Struggling off season. Also, make sure you check out the link in my description box and check out my podcast, Tough Calls, where me and Dylan have some of your favorite athletes, some of your favorite sports analysts chop it up with us on the pod. But okay, guys, so we know a blockbuster deal is brewing. It's in the works for Carson Wentz. And before, I hate rambling, but I just want to say the NFL is making, since when did the NFL turn into the NBA? Since when do we have big quarterback moves during the offseason? First Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, now Sam Darnold is supposed to get moved, Carson Wentz supposed to get moved, Deshaun Watson wants to move. What is this, the NBA? Is this the NBA? I know makes blockbuster moves every other week, but since when did the NFL do that? Anyways, so the Bears, we now have some we have some trade packages, possible trade packages that could be made for Carson Wentz. So we're going to talk about them here from the Bears. Now, a couple of other teams have been interested in Carson Wentz, but the asking price is obviously a lot for Wentz. And obviously the Bears have been the team that we've had the most conversation with. So let's first start off by talking about Roquon Smith, linebacker from the Chicago Bears. So one of the packages that was reported by one of the Chicago Bears reporters was that the Philadelphia Eagles will send a 2021 second round pick in Carson Wentz to the Bears and receive Roquon Smith, linebacker, young linebacker. It's going to be coming into his fourth season, I believe, this season. And this 2020 season will be his fourth season. He'll be 24 years old and start of the season. And plus, we'll receive a 2021 first round pick and a 2022 first round pick. Now, Roquon Smith is obviously a guy who is a savage when it comes to the linebacker position. So in 2019, now mind you, just to give you some history on Roquon Smith, he was a first round draft pick. He was the 8th overall pick in the 2018 draft. He is a Georgia boy. You guys know how them Georgia boys are. He played for the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, he did suffer an injury in 2019. So in 2019, he suffered an injury. I can't remember what the injury was, but he had a pectoral injury in week 14 in 2019, and he missed the final 3 games. But he did return in 2020 and had a great year in 2020, so the injury is nothing to worry about. In 2020, he was the only NFL player to record at least 100 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, and 2 interceptions. Okay, he had 2 interceptions in week 16 when they played the Jaguars, and he became the first Bears linebacker with 2 interceptions in a game since Lance Briggs in 2008. And he was the only linebacker in the NFL to have 2 interceptions in a game in 2020. So, I mean, the guy obviously can ball. So he's definitely a guy who will come in and step right into our defense, because obviously our defense and our linebacker room needs a lot of help. So Roquon is somebody who I would definitely be interested in acquiring from the Bears, because he will be able to step right into our linebacker defense, a linebacker room, and he's a tackle machine. And I know we were looking at some linebackers in the draft, but we won't have to look at the linebackers in the draft. We already got a young and already proven guy in Roquon, and we won't have to go linebacker in the draft. We can use that draft pick on another need, because we'll be getting a 2021 additional first round pick, and plus we'll have a first round pick next year. And mind you, next year, who knows, the Bears could suck and might have a higher pick for us. So that is one trade that I'm actually interested in, because I like Roquon. The only thing is, if we don't get a quarterback back in the trade, we will have to draft a quarterback later in the draft. Now let's look And if you made it this far in the video and you like Roquon, hashtag Roquon Smith. Tell me your reason why you like or dislike this trade scenario. Now let's talk about another trade scenario that features Tarik Cohen. Now Tarik Cohen is a running back from the North Carolina A&T University. Now North Carolina A&T, funnily, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. That's the same city that Tarik Cohen went to college in, and so Tarik Cohen is definitely a fan favorite of my hometown in Greensboro, so I'm very familiar with Tarik Cohen. Now Tarik, in this trade package, this package will feature, so Howard Eskin reported that the rumors over tonight, which would have been last night, would have been the Eagles trade Carson Wentz and a draft pick to the Bears for a #1 draft pick, Nick Foles, and Tarik Cohen. Now, Tarik Cohen is coming off an ACL injury, and he's supposed to be back in September. I don't like the fact that, a young running back, running backs are very fragile. I don't like the fact that we'll be getting another fragile running back. Obviously, we had experience with Miles Sanders injuries, so I don't know if getting just a running back that's coming off an injury. We haven't even seen what he can do off an injury yet. The difference between Roquon and him is Roquon had a whole season off an injury and he had a record-breaking season. We don't know what Tarik is going to do off injury yet, so I'm not really comfortable with getting Tarik. Now, Tarik is definitely a guy who can ball out, and Nick Sirianni, he likes to do a lot with the running backs. Obviously, what he did with Nyheim Hines, making their running back room so versatile. But I think it's other routes we can go running back wise, and we could get a running back like in the second round or the third round of the draft. I don't know about getting Tarik. Now, what I do like about this trade scenario is that we get Nick Foles, and not necessarily Nick Foles because it's Nick Foles, but Nick Foles because we'll have a veteran quarterback that can come in and help mentor Jalen Hurts or whoever is going to be our young guy. So I do like the fact that we'll be getting a quarterback back, because then we won't necessarily have to go draft a quarterback or sign another quarterback. So if we get a pick and we get a quarterback in Nick Foles, I do like that scenario. I'm not 100% sold on Tarik Cohen. Tarik Cohen made a tweet and he said, "Let me clear this up. Just got off the phone with my head coach and GM. Bears fans, we're locked in. Don't worry. People say anything nowadays." So it was just interesting that Tarik said, "I'm not going anywhere." That's fine, because we're not begging for you anyway. But that really doesn't mean anything. Like, these coaches and GMs, as we know with Carson Wentz, will tell you anything to your face and then still trade you. So who knows? But guys, let me know what you guys think. If you like this option, hashtag Tarik Cohen, and let me know what you think about the Tarik Cohen trade package, and if you like that one better, or hashtag Roquon Smith for the Roquon Smith package. Also, guys, just let me know how you're feeling, because things are moving so fast and it's just so hard to just get caught up in like our feelings and our emotions. We just got to remember to keep it pushing and just get the best guys we can get out of this situation, because it's set in stone now. But if you made it this far, hashtag what's up, let me know how you're feeling. Also, make sure you hit the link in my description box to buy me a coffee to help fuel the channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Tough Calls. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.